What's good, everybody? It's your boy LaFonz, and I'm coming back at you with another video today. Man, look, we about to talk about Shane Walsh, the most misunderstood character in the Walking Dead history. Probably still the best character. Nah. Rick Grimes is the best character, but talk about impact on the entire season. It was Shane Walsh in season 2. He carried the whole season. Imagine what season 2 would have been like without him. It would have been a soap opera. It would have been boring. It would have been no conflict. He's a very complex character, and we're about to discuss him right now. So we're gonna go through all the things he's been through, and we're gonna explain and prove why he's the most misunderstood character in the Walking Dead history. Rest in peace to my dog Otis. You know, he was a real one, but he had to pay the price at the end, so let me tell you what happened. Okay, well, Carl ended up getting shot, right? In early season 2. So Shane and Otis volunteered to go to the school to get the medicine so they can save Carl. Of course, it's the Walking Dead, so things go left. So they ended up being trapped, and then they get out, and then they're being chased by zombies. And somewhere in between, Shane twists his ankle. Otis, he's pretty much overweight and fat, so he fatigued out. Prior to them being pretty much effed, Shane tells Otis to leave. I want to point that out. Shane tells Otis to leave because you're fat and I could move faster on my own. But Otis declined. And if you know zombie apocalypse rules, being a hero is a rule you don't break.
Maybe the most important rule of all. Don't be a hero.
You remember how I told you Shane is limping because he twisted his ankle. And Otis is pretty much overweight, so he's tired. They're being chased by fast-walking zombies. Now, I want you guys to know that this is still at the point where the walkers are still a little more faster than they are. So they moving a little more fast than the zombies that we have today. So Shane and Otis are, they in a little state. It's getting intense. Otis got the medicine bag. Then Shane makes the pragmatic move, the cold-blooded move to kill Otis. Oh my God, he killed an innocent man. Because he's selfish, because he wanted to get away. No, Shane literally told Otis to leave. What did you want him to do? Now let's talk about Sophia. Sophia is a child that's like 7, 8, or 9 years old. So she went missing, right? For like a whole week or weeks or something like that. I don't know. But Shane proposed that they call off the search because the likelihood of a child surviving even for half a day is very unlikely. Sophia got no survival skills. She's not Judith Grimes. She's 7 years old, scared. She don't know how to kill a walker or handle a walker. Don't know to be quiet around a walker. Definitely dead. And if anybody should have known that, it was Rick Grimes. You want to know why? Because Rick Grimes is a sheriff. He was a sheriff. You know what that means? He dealt with missing people all the time. And even as a full-grown adult in the real world, like in real life, an adult go missing, and if you don't find them in like 48 hours, they're dead. Most likely. But here we're talking about a child, a 7-year-old girl. She don't know how to deal with walkers. She don't know how to survive on her own. She don't even know how to feed herself. What, you think she out there catching squirrels? How long were they on the farm? How long were they on the farm? For like weeks, right? If a walker didn't get her, starvation did. Or she died by hypothermia. Like, come on. Daryl pretty much almost died looking for that girl. I mean, he fell down a cliff, almost got bit by a walker, and then, shoot, as he was coming back, got shot. And that's after he was penetrated by his own arrow. So y'all not about to tell me that Shane was wrong about that girl being dead. There was no way in the world. No way in the world. And Shane tried to tell him, but nobody listened to Shane because why? Everybody was still stuck in fantasy land.
Look at this, folks. We back in fantasy land.
And I get it, you know what I mean? Not everybody have to adapt to the world as fast as Shane did. But still, they have to have some realistic ideals or a realistic outlook on some situations, right? I mean, they kind of did when Dale put on his speech about Randall. Everybody kind of knew then that Randall had to go. But guess what? Old Mr. Rick Grimes couldn't pull the trigger. Now, let's talk about Randall shooting at Rick at the farm and how Shane was right in wanting him dead. Rick went off to go find Herschel. They ended up at a bar. Some guys showed up. Rick Rick had to kill him, and then somebody else shot at Rick, and it was the Randall kid. He was on top of a roof, he fell down, impaled his leg, and guess what Rick did? Guess what Rick did? He decided to save the kid. Why you try to save somebody that just shot at you? When this man shot at you, he didn't care if you had a kid. He didn't care if you had a wife at home. It sucked that he have to die, but he have to die. I'm sorry. It is what it is. So Rick brought him back, and Shane is like, what the hell? Why did you just bring this guy that just shot at you? He just shot bullets at you, real bullets. And you bring him back to the farm where your kid and your wife stay? Your kid just got shot. He just got shot like a week ago. And then Rick was like, we drop him off at a school with a care package. You don't think he know where they at? And here's what make it 10 times worse. This kid literally admitted that he knew who Maggie was.
I went to school with Maggie, for God's sake!
That means he knows she's on a farm. That was a big enough confession to like decide to kill the kid then and there. But no, Rick is still trying to save the kid. He still want to bring the kid back. Make it make sense. So Shane and Rick fight at the school, right? Because they disagree. Rick saves Shane. They go back to the farm with Randall. So they vote and they all say, okay, the kid need to die. They'll try to get everybody, you know, to change their minds. So Rick prepared the execution, right? Rick literally chokes again. He chokes and he decides not to pull the trigger. All because Carl was watching. And let's say this, why the hell is Carl just wandering around without no supervision? This kid is just going around everywhere with nobody watching him in the zombie apocalypse. So Carl sees the whole thing and Rick's like, oh my God, that means I gotta change my mind. My son is watching. No, get the kid out of there. Pull the trigger, call it a night. But no, the man keeps Randall at the farm. And Shane, he's over it. He's like, you know what? I'm so done with this. This is like next level stupid. Next level stupidity. When you're a leader, once you make a decision, you gotta stand on that. So Shane interrogates the kid in the woods, right? Before he snaps his neck and kill him. The kid pretty much admits that he know where his people is. Let's say that Rick let the kid go at the school. Rick would have been responsible for every life lost at the farm because they were not beating whoever Randall was with. They had no firepower. They had no fighters at the time. All right, the CDC situation. This is the one scene where I would never ever defend Shane. Shane was drunk as hell and he sexually assaulted Lori. There's no excuses for that. Getting drunk is not an excuse to assault somebody. Even though I'm a Shane defender, that don't mean I think he was right about everything. Look, there are many other things that I think he got wrong, okay? Like when he pointed his gun at Rick. Like, why you pointing your gun at your best friend like that? I do not know what the hell Shane saw in Lori. Andrea was so much more fine. I'm telling you, what was his issue with Andrea? Shoot, in season 2, they hooked up. Remember when he took her to the town? And they were having like target practice with zombies and stuff? Bro, they boned in the car right after. Towards like the end of season 2, it seemed like the only person that kind of understood him was Andrea. So I'm like, they gonna do something with that. Bro, they completely forgot about that whole thing. And he just went back to liking Lori. I will never give Lori a chance. Hell to the no. She's a terrible mother, an annoying wife. She has no signs of redemption. All right, we're gonna talk about Rick abandoning the camp to go save a racist. The same guy he left on top of a roof. Shane told this man not to go. Why? Because he just found his family. You just found your wife and your kid. I also know that you went to go get some guns. That's fine. Go get the guns and come back. If Daryl wants his brother back, then Daryl needs to go get his brother. It's not your job. It's not your responsibility. You know whose your responsibility is? It's your wife and your kid and all those lives at the camp. So what happened when you came back? They went to go save Merle. They got the guns. They were gone for I don't know how long. They came back, and as soon as they came back, the camp was overrun because they had no protection, no discipline, no protection whatsoever. So they wasted all this time. It became nighttime. Walkers are more active during the night. You should have came back before nighttime. But you took so long because you went to go save a racist. That's the first thing that Rick did that made me realize, like, yo, you're not a good leader. You're like, it was a bonehead decision that got people killed. All right, everybody, I'm gonna call it right here. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, do all that good stuff. And I'm gonna see y'all next time. Don't forget that Shane Walsh is the most misunderstood character of all time in the Walking Dead history. Shoot, might be even in television history. But anyways, y'all, like the video, do all that stuff, hit the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. Peace out.